Hello. Oh God. Ooh. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. Hello, everyone. I know it's been a few weeks since you have heard from me, so I want to say hello. So the reason why you haven't heard from me is because there hasn't been any dancing shows on, and I haven't quite caught up on the soaps yet. So for those of you that are still waiting on the Return of Angel Sudsy recap, keep waiting because I've caught up with Days of Our Lives and with Young and the Restless, and I'm catching up with General Hospital and Bold and Beautiful. But Bold and Beautiful will be quick because those shows are only a half an hour, but all the others are an hour. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I promise. Just bear with me. God, something at work really pissed me off today. So I'm really I'm fired up, and at the same time, it's like it's distracting. So, anyways, okay. So this week, though, well, actually, last week was when it started. But so here's the thing: Dancing with the Stars in Ireland has started. In fact, it's probably 5:35 in the morning right now in Ireland. Top of the morning to you. I know. I'm sorry. They're probably going to be all kinds of crazy accent jokes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize for them up front. You know, I apologize, but I fucking love an Irish accent. I really do. So they started 2 weeks ago, and you know what's interesting. I was noticing the differences between Dancing with the Stars America, Strictly Come Dancing in the UK, and Dancing with the Stars Ireland. So, first of all, Strictly Come Dancing, there are no commercials, which is it's almost like BBC is PBS, you know, but it really isn't. But I mean, is it? I don't think so. I don't think BBC One is PBS, but I mean, it's not. They're not advertiser based programming, right? Now, Dancing with the Stars Ireland. Well, and hold up, and then Strictly Come Dancing also is a 2-night show. So they have one show, and then the next day they do the results show, right? Okay. So Dancing with the Stars Ireland does have commercials, just like in America. And they are advertiser based on RTE1. That's the network that they're on. They are advertiser based, so there are commercials in Dancing with the Stars Ireland. I'm gonna try to sit up so that I don't look like such a slob. Okay, so that's and just like America, they only have one show. So next week. So as of now, no one has gone home because they've all danced for the first time. But next week, someone's going home. So it's just like it is in America. So that's cool, right? There's that familiarity. Okay, so before the show started, yeah, let's get a little closer. How about that? Before the show started, I was curious to see if I would know anybody, because like at least with Strictly, I knew a lot of the celebrities on Strictly, just from like I knew Susanna from What Not to Wear. Obviously, I love Steps, so that's why I even watched for Faye from Steps. I knew Ashley from the Pussycat Dolls. Like I knew a lot of the. I knew Lee Ryan from Blue. I forgot he was even on that show. So I knew Danny John Jules from Red Dwarf. So like I knew a lot of the people, actually, the contestants this year on Strictly. So that was good. So I was wondering if I would know any of them on Dancing with the Stars Ireland. So the first person was the first person I thought I would know is Tristan McManus, who was on Dancing with the Stars in America for quite some time. He was on it for quite a few years. He hasn't been on it lately, though, and he was only on the first season of Dancing with the Stars Ireland. He wasn't on last year, and he isn't on this year. So that's one person that I thought I knew that I didn't. Wah wah. Second, so AJ Pritchard from Strictly Come Dancing has a brother named Curtis Pritchard, and it was actually really quite dramatic because right before the very first show aired a couple weeks ago, like they were at a bar in Manchester. They were at a pub in Manchester, and some girls were being spoken to very poorly by these guys, and they kind of said, "Hey, you know, treat a lady better. And basically the guys that were being mean to the girls, they then kicked the shit out of both AJ and Curtis. So Curtis ended up having to drop out of Dancing with the Stars. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't sure. I still don't know. I'm not 100% sure if Curtis is out for this whole season or if he's just out. I mean, he had to have surgery. Like they fucked him up. So he had to have surgery. So I'm not quite sure. I still don't know if he's gone for good or if he's just gone for a few episodes. I don't know. We'll find out. But AJ has been on Twitter and he's talked a lot about it. So I was this close to knowing one person on there, but not quite. Okay, whatever, it's fine. All right, so these are the celebrity. Okay, wait, let's talk about the judges. The judges. Okay, so the judges are Brian Redmond, Lorraine Berry, and Julian Benson. Okay, so Brian, oh God, I hope I get this right. I really hope I get this right because if I don't, but listen, this is all new to me. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know any of them from Adam. So I am completely looking at it with fresh eyes. So it's obviously they've only aired 2 episodes. So if I get some shit wrong, I apologize. And some of these names, you know, while they might be common in Ireland, they're not common here in the States. So I'm going to apologize up front. If I butcher anybody's name, I am sorry. I will get it right by the end of your season, I promise. Okay, so it's interesting how the judging, because it's very much like Dancing with the Stars used to be, like kind of like Strictly, but it really... But so okay, so here's one thing that's the same in America and in Ireland is that they actually can use recorded music, right? So they play the actual recordings, and you know, in Strictly they have a band that plays all the songs, so it's not like they have any recordings. And that's how it used to be in America too, but it's not anymore. Now they air actual recordings. So I think that's one interesting thing. Another thing is that the judges and that's for all 3 shows, Dancing with the Stars America, Strictly Come Dancing, and Dancing with the Stars Ireland, they all follow a specific pattern. You have one judge that's kind of a bitch. You have one judge that's the head judge. And then you have one flamboyant, fabulous judge, right? So in America, both the kind of a bitch and the head judge are both Len Goodman. I mean, and I'm sorry, but the reality is that he's nowhere near as bitchy as his counterpart in England, I will say. Because in England, the bitch there is Craig Revel Horwood. He's the only person I know that would score someone a 1. They've never given it a 1 on Dancing with the Stars United States, but they sure did Strictly this year. Susanna got a 1. I mean, okay. Anyways, and then the head judge, you know, that's also Len, but it's also Shirley Ballas in England, which is fantastic. I love me some Shirley Ballas, and I just fucking love her, and she's a legend, and I just want to dance with her. You know what I mean? Like, I just want her to teach me how to dance. She's so fantastic. And then the flamboyant one is on both England and America is Bruno, because he actually does both shows, which I think is fierce. I'm surprised he's not doing Ireland, you know. But it's actually this guy Julian, so Lorraine is the head judge, and then there's this guy and I guess she's a ballroom dancer. If she is, I don't know who she is, but you know, she knows what she's talking about. She gives good critiques, you know. And then there's also, on Strictly, there's Darcy, who is the ballerina, and she's good. And her and Carrie Ann Inaba in America, they're kind of the same, you know, they give good critiques, except Carrie Ann is pretty much the only person I know that's the lift police. She doesn't, if you're doing a ballroom dance, you cannot do any lifts. But anything not ballroom, like a Latin dance or like a Charleston or something that's not ballroom, you can do lifts. So, yeah. Anyways, okay. So So those are the judges, and Julian, and I've got to give Julian credit. He's fierce. He's pretty fucking ferocious. And then Brian Redmond is kind of the bitch. Um, and then, you know, Lorraine is the head judge. So it's just kind of interesting. So those are the judges. The hosts are this one guy named Nick. It's kind of like Dancing with the Stars in America, where we have a one guy and one girl host, and the guy host, like Tom Bergeron is here in America, his name is Nicky Byrne, and he has a female co-host named Jennifer Zamparelli, and she replaces Amanda Byram. Amanda Byram apparently was the previous host with Nicky Byrne. So, okay, so those are the hosts and those are the judges. Now let's talk about the celebrities. Oh God, please, God, please be with me as I try to get these names right. Okay, so there's Clelia Murphy. I think it's Clelia Murphy. She is an actress. Yes, she's an actress and she's fierce. Okay. And then there's Cleona Hagen, and she's a country music singer. And I thought that was very fascinating that, you know, England isn't really that big on country music, but like Australia and Ireland are it's huge there. So, you know, a lot of country music stars are from Ireland or Australia. Did you know that? Like Keith Urban, he's Australian. He's a huge country music star. I mean, obviously, America and Canada, we've got country music stars because that's kind of, you know, where country music originated. But I swear, this Cleona, she's pretty fucking fierce. Okay, then there's Darren Kennedy. Darren Kennedy he looks like Bobby Bones in America, but he reminds me more of Carson Kressley. So he is a fashion presenter and he's an entrepreneur, and he hosts some like stuff just like Carson does. Just like he basically is the Carson Daly of Ireland, okay? But he looks like Bobby Bones. He looks like Bobby Bones, but he is Carson Kressley. Then there's Demi Isaac Oviawe, and here's what's interesting about her. She is the youngest person to do Dancing with the Stars Ireland. Now listen, this is season 3, so I'm like, it's not like they have that many seasons to choose from. She might be the youngest thus far, but like in America, we've had 14-year-olds that have taken place in the grown-up competition. You know, obviously we've also had 14-year-olds in the children's division, but like we've had 14-year-olds in the main show. So 18 that's old hat. You know what I mean? So I'm not super impressed by that. You know, I know a lot of people are. I just have a different frame of reference, so I'm not quite so impressed by that. So I'm sorry, but you know, but she's hilarious on her show. She's on a show called The Young Offenders, and the clips that they showed were pretty funny. Okay. Then there's Dennis Bastick, and he is a soccer player, or a footballer as they're called in Ireland and the UK. Actually, they're pretty much called anywhere else except America, because in America we call football soccer. Then there's Eilish O'Carroll, and she's an older lady, and she is on a show called Mrs. Brown's Boys, and she's fucking fierce too. I love her. I think she's phenomenal. I can't wait to see her progress in the competition. Okay, then there's a comedian named Fred Kook. Now, what's interesting is I thought that when they first started saying his name, I thought that that was just their accent, like, you know, that his name was Fred Cook, and they were like, he's like, no, my name is Fred Kook. So I think that's funny that they even mentioned it in the show, because one of the Irish hosts, it was the Zamparelli girl, right? Jennifer Zamparelli, she was like calling him Fred Cook, and he's like, no, it's not Fred Cook, it's Fred Kook. So that was funny. I thought that was funny. And that's, I mean, okay. And then there is Holly Carpenter. She's a former Miss Ireland. You know who she reminds me of? She kind of fills that void that like Alexis Renfield, which is like the Instagram model, you know. She's not an Instagram model. She's a former Miss Ireland, but I mean, it's that she's that same type. You know what I mean? And then there's Johnny Ward, who's an actor. And Johnny Ward, okay, so Johnny Ward is an actor, and he always plays like these hooligans and thugs and bad boys. You know, he's like scary, right? Absolutely lovely, and I'm loving that he's doing this show because he is kicking ass, and it's showing people that he's more than just a bad guy. You know what I mean? And I love it. I love it. I think he's great. I can't wait. And then there is, oh God, I hope I get this right. Mairead, I think her name is Mairead Ronan. She's a television and radio presenter. And then there's Peter Stringer, who is a former rugby player, and he's got a hot little body. I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty ferocious looking. I'm loving him. So anyways, okay. So here are the pros. Okay, so Dancing with Clelia Murphy is Vitaly Kozmin, and Dancing with Cleona Hagen is Robert Rowinski. Dancing with Darren Kennedy is Karen Byrne. Dancing with Demi Isaac Oviawe is Kai Widrington. Dancing with Dennis Bastick is Valeria Milova. Excuse me. Dancing with Eilish O'Carroll is Ryan McShane. Dancing with Fred Kook is Julia Dota. Dancing with Holly Carpenter is Trent Whidden. Dancing with Johnny Ward is Emily Barker. Dancing with Mairead Ronan is John Nolan. And then Dancing with Peter Stringer is Ksenia Zhikotska. So here's one thing that I find interesting. There are a lot of Russians on this show, on Strictly, on Dancing with the Stars America. There is I mean, like, ballroom dancing must be fucking huge in Russia, which is a little funny. I think that's a little bit, to me, that strikes me as a little bit humorous. But yeah, that, I mean, you know, and there is one Italian chick, and then all the others are Irish. The ones that are not from Eastern Europe. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, so the first episode was just the guys. The ladies did do one group dance, which I found very interesting because, oh no, the guys did a group dance too. Okay, so yeah, they each did a group dance and then they each did an individual dance. So the ladies did their group dance and all the guys danced individually. And so the first person to dance was Darren and Karen. And Darren is the one member that looks like Bobby Bones. So they did a tango to Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top. And you know what's so funny is that my mom, this is hilarious, is that my mom had said, like, the week before this aired, because she still hasn't seen it. She's going to be seeing her first episode this weekend. She talked about, because they showed ballroom dancers dancing to, it was a different ZZ Top song, but she was like, can you please request more ZZ Top? And then fucking sure enough, the very first song in Dancing with the Stars Ireland was ZZ Top doing Sharp Dressed Man, which, you know, I love that song. I'm telling you, when I was a kid, so here's the tea. When I was a little kid, because I was constantly glued to the television watching MTV. I loved MTV. I mean, I could watch music television all day and all night. And I loved that ZZ Top had this album out called Eliminator, and they had this 34 Ford that said ZZ on it, and and they had 3 videos. They had Gimme All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man, and Legs. And all 3 of those videos, they would have the car pull up, and then 3 fierce bitches would come out, and then they would basically change the life of, either like for Gimme All Your Lovin', they changed the life of this guy who was like a gas station attendant. They dressed up this other guy in Sharp Dressed Man and took him out. And then in Legs, they fixed up both him and this other random chick. So I mean, and wait, in Legs by ZZ Top, one of the chicks, the three girls, was Gina Keogh from Housewives of Orange County. Isn't that funny? Isn't that fucking hilarious? So anyways, when I was little, I wanted to be a ZZ Top girl. Like, I swear to God, I just wanted to be those chicks. They were just everything to me. I love them. So anyways, so they did a tango to Sharp Dressed Man. It was decent. You know, I will say that as much as Brian is kind of a bitch, he isn't with the scoring. He's not as stingy with the scoring as Craig Revel Horwood. I mean, Craig Revel Horwood definitely takes the cake when it comes to scoring the show. You know what I mean? Okay. So then we had Dennis and Valeria. They did an American Smooth to It's a Beautiful Day by Michael Bublé. Oh, so that tango got a 16 out of 30. And then the American Smooth by Dennis and Valeria, that got a 15. So it wasn't quite as good as Darren. And then there was Fred Kook. I just love saying it. I hope, come to America, Fred Kook, because I don't know what your comedy's about, but I would love to hear it, you know. I would love to, I love laughing, you know, I love it. So, and he's got a really good spirit about him because, so he danced a cha-cha-cha with Julia to Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO. So in America, it was a little bit controversial that because Red Foo from LMFAO was a guest judge one year, okay, and then he was a contestant the next year. So in my opinion, they did that completely backwards. They should have had him be a contestant first because he was literally like the second one to go. So I was like, that's rough. That's fucking rough, right? So, but anyways, he was in this. So Fred Kook was in this purple sequin tracksuit. I'm sorry, I thought he looked pretty fucking fly. I was like, okay, bitch, all right, fierce. And I thought they did fine. Now, he was a little bit stiff, but they gave him a 12, which I thought was a little bit uncalled for. And not just that, but like Brian made like harsh, he was a little bit harsh in his commentary. So I was like, okay, because, you know, like, with Craig Revel Horwood, he's kind of a bitch, but he's a bitch with everybody. He really is, with absolutely everybody. And, you know, people say that about Len, but really Len is not a bitch. I'm sorry. Compared to all of the others, like, there's no way. There's no, he doesn't even hold the candle to Craig. So, you know, it more reminds me of, you know how, you know Jeff Lewis from the Bravo show Flipping Out? When he does talk show appearances, he tells jokes, and they're kind of mean jokes, and it takes a special someone to land a mean joke and have people laugh at it. He doesn't have what that takes, so he'll tell a mean joke and people will just be mortified. And I get that he was actually telling a joke and he wasn't being serious, but yeah. Like, oh my God, perfect example. Brandi Glanville. He threw wine in Brandi Glanville's face, or did she throw wine in his face? Or did he said something and she started crying? I don't know, but they said that they actually planned that, and I was like, this was the worst idea because it looks like he's just picking on her and she's a belligerent bitch. It was awful. I was like, oof. But that's how I felt about Fred Kook and Brian's commentary towards him, just saying. So then there was Johnny and Emily, and they did a jive to Johnny Be Good by Leif Garrett. And you know what? Phenomenal. Fucking fierce. Like, if I could stand up, because I mean, I'm not paraplegic or anything. I'll be out of camera if I stand up. But I'm going to give you some applause because that was fierce. Like, you fucking let us have it. I was like, oh, Okay, all right, this bitch came to play. Okay, good, fierce, right? He got a 22 out of 30 for that jive, which I thought was a little bit low, but he was the top of the leaderboard. So out of the entire leaderboard of both men and the women. So I'm like, okay, all right. And then there was Peter and Ksenia, and they did a salsa to Come With Me by Ricky Martin. And it was cute. It was cute. I love his body, though. His body is fucking, Okay. So then, the next act, the next week was the ladies. And the ladies did a group number the first week. The guys did a group number the second week. So the second week, it was ladies' turn. First up was Holly and Trent, and they did Neon Lights by Demi Lovato. I was a little bit disappointed. They did a salsa. I was a little bit disappointed. It wasn't that great. And they got a 16. And then there was Eilish and Ryan, and they did a tango to I Can't Tell a Waltz from a Tango by Alma Cogan. And you know what? It was not bad. Like, a lot of times, and Tristan McManus can speak to this, because I felt like he was the old lady whisperer of the show, because they always put, and Tony Dovolani probably too, is they would throw all these old ladies with these people. And, you know, what's interesting is that some of these old ladies are fucking fierce. Cloris Leachman here in America was one that I was like, oh, damn. Okay, bitch. All right. And Eilish is another one that I was just like, wow, get it, girl. Get it. So she did fine. She got 15, which was scored lower than Holly, which I thought it should be the other way. I thought Holly should have got a 15 and she should have got a 16, but whatever. They can dance one more time next week, and we'll see how much people have improved. So then there was Demi and Kai, okay? And they did Cut to the Feeling by Carly Rae Jepsen. And first of all, here's the gays, and I know the gays out there, they love them some Carly Rae Jepsen. And I'm just like, why? Stop trying to make fetch happen. Fetch is not happening. Like, you know, sorry. I'm sorry, right? So they did this, they did Cut to the Feeling, and she wasn't that good. I'm sorry. She wasn't that great, you know, especially, and what's funny is that people say, oh, well, she's so, I mean, and this is the Irish people that are saying this, not Americans, because most Americans probably don't even watch this show, but the Irish people are like, oh, she's so young, give her a break. And I'm thinking, because she's so young, she should have more energy than Eilish. And Eilish danced with more energy than Demi. So I'm just saying, I was slightly let down. She was very stiff. She looked terrified to be there. She looked absolutely like a deer in the headlights. And it was very, I don't want to say pedestrian, but it was very, it was a typical introductory dance. Like, it was like, okay, this is the lowest that you'll be able to come up from. And yeah, she only got 10 out of 30, and she was actually the lowest on the leaderboard. So I'm just 10 out of 30. So, but her partner Kai is really cute. He's super cute, and he don't put up with shit either. So I hope that she listens to him, because I'm sure he probably gives her a lot of commentary as well. So she needs to listen to him if she's going to last in the competition. Then there's Cleona and Robert, and they also, So Cleona and Clelia, they both came to kick ass. Like, with the guys, I was really only impressed with Johnny. I was like, okay, Johnny's pretty fierce, all right. But with the girls, I was impressed with both Clelia and Cleona. So Cleona and Robert did a quick step to Country Girl Shake It For Me by Luke Bryan, which A, I love that song. And B, it was actually kind of inspired for them to do, they kind of mixed both quick step with a few line dancing moves, and it actually looked fucking great. It was really impressive. And she just came in under Johnny in terms of the scores on the leaderboard. Like, he got a 22, she got a 21. So impressive. She was impressive. Mairead and John did a waltz to You Light Up My Life by Whitney Houston, Which, first of all, they should have done the version by Debbie Boone, I'm just saying. But okay, whatever, fine. So they did the version by Whitney Houston. And, it was okay. It wasn't that great. It wasn't bad, but it was just eh. So they got an 18, which is kind of middle of the road. And then there was Clelia and Vitaly, and they did a jive to Tell Her About It by Billy Joel, which I thought was kind of cool. And Clelia also, she was fucking great too. I was like, oh shit. So as of today, so I'm gonna say that my top four, we'll do top four. Definitely Johnny, for sure. Definitely Cleona. Definitely Clelia. And as of now, I would probably say Darren and Karen. But we'll wait and see. But those are who I would pick for my top four for now. That one that's in fourth place, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, those top three though are for sure going to the top three. They are phenomenal. They're great. I love. Now here's what's interesting. So you know how during Strictly Come Dancing I was like, because I participate in very many message boards. They're not message boards anymore though. They used to be back in the day. That's how old I am. I remember message boards, but they were Facebook groups. Lots of Facebook groups about Strictly, about Dancing with the Stars US, and I joined a few on Dancing with the Stars Ireland as well, because I want to get I kind of want to take the temperature of the audience, see what goes over well, what doesn't, because things might play differently in Ireland than they do here in the United States. So what I found interesting was, so on the girls show, Demi did bad. Like, I'm sorry, she was the worst one. And out of both guys and girls, she was the worst. Okay. I mean, and listen, I have nothing against the girl, and you take it, you take the notes, you do better next week, and you come back from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm saying hello, Bobby Bones won Dancing with the Stars in America, and he was shit the entire time, and people fucking voted him through. But that is a rant for another day, because that still just irritates me and works my puss. I'm really irritated by that. Okay, anyways, moving on. So Demi did shit. And then on the day that the girls danced, as the guys were getting ready for their number, the girls were all up in the skybox and they were all sitting around. And Clelia was sitting next to Demi. And, the host, Jennifer Zamparelli, was talking to Demi about how shit she was. And Clelia was like patting her back like, you'll be fine. And Demi was like, don't touch me. Don't pat me. I'll be fine. Like, and I was like, and she apologized. She's like, I'm sorry, and I would have been like, okay, it's on, bitch. Like, okay. And what's funny is that, so the Irish people were fucking pissed. They were so pissed off. They were like, how dare Demi? What a rude, insolent child. So, and this was on Twitter, which was the greatest. So I swear to God, so the reason I'm able to watch Dancing with the Stars Ireland as well as Strictly Come Dancing is that I watch it there's a website called firstoneTV.net, and you go to firstoneTV.net/live and then the country. So like I would do live/United Kingdom, and I'd watch Strictly, and now I'm doing live/Ireland, and I'm watching Dancing with the Stars. So, but if you watch on Twitter, because the best part about watching a show live, and this happened with Strictly, but it's also happening with Dancing with the Stars, is that you get to see people's reactions as they happen. So when she first started dancing, they're like, oh, give her a break, she's so young, blah, 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 right? Well, after that, people were like, how dare she? They were so offended. I'm like, first of all, is that her name? Clelia Morgan? Clelia, what is her name? Clelia Murphy. Clelia Murphy. Okay, she's a fierce actress. B, she is a fierce fucking dancer. And C, she's one of the nicest people there. So if you're going to yell at her or that, good luck. good luck, because honestly, for a show that depends on the people's vote, you just shot yourself in the foot in a big way. Because, you know, time will tell how judgmental the Irish people are. Because I know in England that would be it. They would be done. And in America too, we're not quite so judgy, but we definitely are a little bit judgmental. Like I remember Tamar Braxton, she said she was the best dancer on there. She went home the next week. people were like, oh no, girl, you're not. You're not the best. Have a seat. So I was like, oh shit. You know, but anyways, I digress. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this show. How, you know, it progresses and who goes home, and just kind of see how the Irish people vote, because, you know, Ireland is a much smaller country than America. So and even the UK, you know. So I'm definitely curious to see how if they're closer to their UK brethren for the way that they vote. Now, there's also a Dancing with the Stars airing in Holland right now, but I can't speak Dutch, so I'm not going to be watching that one. I'm sorry. And okay, so let's talk about the accents. I fucking love an Irish accent. I love it. And, you know, it's very stereotypical, but I would love just once for anybody on that show to say, pink hearts, blue diamonds, yellow moons, green clovers, purple horseshoes, and red balloons. Because those are the marshmallows on Lucky Charms. I didn't even do that on purpose, but there's totally a Lucky Charms box. But those are the marshmallows on Lucky Charms. And do they have Lucky Charms in Ireland? I don't know if they do or not, but they should. Because that is what we think of Irish people. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing this show. So anyways, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this this replay. So thank you. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to utilize the comment section and give this a thumbs up. And what you can do is you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you hit that notification bell, and that'll tell you every time I'm going live. So on days that I work, whether I'm on site or in Vegas, I will most likely be doing these at night. But if I'm not working, I'll probably do it. I'll try to do it in the daytime. Because right now, like, if you're Irish, I don't have that many Irish viewers, though. I'm not going to lie. But my UK viewers, they, you know, it's 5:30 in the morning. Now it's 6:12 in the morning. So we'll see how that goes. If that's a decent time. I'm thinking it's not. But in America, it's only it's 10 o'clock at night, so it's time for me to go to bed. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Webba, webba, webba.